Hello, good evening, and welcome to Russell E. Dietrich Park. The Pilots have landed safely in Jamestown for a date with the number 23 nationally ranked Jammers, and they've been hot as of late. This is the Pilots' first road contest since the All-Star break. After winning back-to-back games just once this season, the Pilots come into tonight's matchup winners of 6 in a row after a rain-shortened 5-inning 2-0 victory over the Red Wings of Geneva last night at Colburn Park. They are also winners of 8 of 10 and 10 of 13 to run their record to 17 and 26 on the summer after a 5-20 start in the month of June, and after being behind as many as 9 games of the Onondaga Flames in the standings in early July. The Pilots sit just 2 games back of the Flames with 7 games left, including a pivotal home-and-home series with Onondaga on Friday and Saturday. The Flames are currently in action with the Elmira Pioneers at Onondaga Community College, with the Pios leading that one 5-2 in the top of the 4th. We'll keep you updated with that one throughout this game. The Pilots have a realistic chance at the playoffs, something not too many people outside of the organization thought was possible back in early July. The Pilots have won their last 3 dances with the Jammers, most recently the second game back from the All-Star break, a 7-3 victory at Colburn Park. If the Pilots wish to continue their winning ways, they're going to have to earn it against the nationally ranked Summer Collegiate League program that's loaded with all-stars and prospect game representatives. Tonight, the Pilots will send their 6'2" righty from Amherst, New York, and the University at Buffalo, Andrew White, for their contest. White is 0-2 with a 13.13 earned run average in 3 previous starts. He'll be opposed by David Liskawa for the Jammers. Liskawa, the Western All-Star Game starter, is a left-hander from Niagara County Community College. He's 4-1 with a 1.63 ERA. In 33 innings this summer, he's allowed 23 hits, 8 runs, 6 of those earned. He's walked 10, and he struck out 45. Liskawa ranks 3rd in the Perfect Game League with those 45 strikeouts, and he ranks 4th in the Perfect Game League with 4 wins. The defense behind Liskawa goes like this: left to right in the outfield, Jimmy Standahar, Skylar Valentine, John Conti. Left to right in the infield, Chris Estrada, Alex O'Donnell, Ryan Markey, and Ben Brooklyn. And catching Liskawa, it's his Niagara County Community College teammate, Matt Cross. The lineup that the Pilots will send up to face him goes like this: batting first, playing center, Mark McKenna. Batting second, playing third, Graham Hackworth. Batting third, the designated hitter, the switch-hitting Hunter Wells. Batting fourth, behind the plate, Will Alaka. Batting fifth, playing first, Peter Battaglia. Batting sixth, playing right, Over Torres. Batting 7th, playing second, Zach Santoro. Batting 8th, playing short, Michael O'Connor. And batting 9th and playing left, the left-handed hitting DeMarcus Guillory. 67 degrees here at Russell E. Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York. You're listening to Frank LaSala on the Newark Pilots Radio Network. Now, as David Liskawa finishes up his warm-up tosses, we are just about ready for baseball here at Colburn Park. Pilots 4-0 since the All-Star break, beat Elmira on Wednesday, these Jammers on Thursday, Adirondack on Saturday, and then last night in a rain-shortened contest, beat Geneva. Pilots have led in 31 of their last 33 innings dating back to before the All-Star break, and have led in 19 straight innings. They have not trailed in that span. Liskawa finishes up his warm-up tosses. The Pilots manager, Franklin Bush, heads down to third to coach there. Their pitching coach, Bennett Schiltz, will coach first. Matt Cross heads behind home plate. And Mark McKenna digs into the left-handed batter's box for the Pilots. McKenna, the lefty center fielder, will face the lefty Liskawa to lead off this game. The sophomore center fielder from Canisius College has 33 hits for the Pilots. He's batting .303 with a .398 on-base percentage. Liskawa sets, towing the third base side of the rubber from his windup. First pitch to Mark McKenna. Misses outside at 7:09 Eastern Time, and we are underway here in Jamestown. The 1-0. Taken low, counts quickly 2-0 on Mark McKenna. McKenna's walked 10 times on the summer. He's got a .398 on-base percentage. Liskawa working quickly, the 2-0. Swung on, fouled back, and counts 2-1 on McKenna. Liskawa started the All-Star game for the Western Division when an inning gave up 2 hits, gave up a solo home run, and had a strikeout. The 2-1. Lined up the middle. This ball is going to drop in front of Skylar Valentine for a base hit. Mark McKenna leads off this game with his 34th hit of the summer. Ties him with Will Laka and Over Torres for the team lead, and that will bring up Graham Hackbarth. Hackbarth, the third baseman tonight, has played all over the infield for the Pilots. He's also played as a designated hitter. He's from Birmingham, Alabama. He's signed to play on at Louisiana Tech in the fall. Liskowa now from the stretch. Big leg kick. Hackbarth squares the bunt. Pokes it down the first base line, but it's foul. Counts 0-1. Graham comes in on the year with 3 sacrifice bunts for the Pilots this summer. Third baseman Chris Estrada comes in about a few steps in on the grass. Liskowa throws over at McKenna. Ahead of the 0-1 to Hackbarth. Mark McKenna lit off this game with a single up the middle off of David Liskowa. 24th hit he's given up on the year. Hackbarth squares the bunt before the pitch is even thrown. The one-strike pitch gets it down the first base line. McKenna takes up towards second. Rookover picks it up, tosses it to Ryan Markey covering first. A successful sacrifice bunt, 3-4 put out, and there's one away. So it's Hackbarth's 4th sacrifice bunt on the year, moves him into 3rd in the perfect game league, and now the batter will be his future Louisiana Tech teammate, Hunter Wells. Wells will be the designated hitter tonight. He's a switch hitter, batting from the right side against Liskowa. First pitch, taken on the inside corner, counts 0-1. Last night in the rain-shortened win, Hunter hit a double and walked, reached base 2 out of his 3 plate appearances. He's got a .392 batting average, 29 hits and 74 at-bats since joining the team. Liskowa looks back at McKenna now, fires a one-strike pitch that misses low off the plate. The count's even at a ball and a strike. A ball, a strike, and out. A man on and a hit for the Pilots here. We're in the top of the 1st on the road against the Jamestown Jammers. Wells at the plate, the designated hitter tonight for the Pilots. The 1-1. Taken outside, counts 2-1. Wells on the year, 20 runs batted in. That's 3rd on the Pilots team. He's playing in his 21st game of the summer. Has pretty much been a regular since joining the Pilots in late July, or make that late June. He's played 3rd and designated hit. He appeared in the All-Star game, same as Liskowa. In that game, he played 2nd. Cross sets up inside the 2-1, misses low, and the count's 3-1 on Wells. Hunter comes into you today, 13 walks. He has a .472 on-base percentage. On the summer, Liskowa from the 3rd base side of the rubber, sets from the stretch. Long look at McKenna, double checks, now deals. The 3-1, swung on, fouled off the glove across, and the count is full on Wells. Wells wearing number 2 for the Pilots. An RBI opportunity with Mark McKenna on 2nd and less than 2 outs. Here in the top of the 1st. Reached on a leadoff single. Hackbarth bunted him over to 2nd to start the ballgame. Liskowa comes set. The payoff pitch, grounded slowly to 3rd. This ball is going to land foul. And the count remains full to Wells, who steps out and looks down at his 3rd base coach, Franklin Bush. For a sign, he gives him a clap of the hands. Wells steps back in. Both Alex O'Donnell and Ryan Markey up the middle, flashing, showing to hold on McKenna at 2nd. So giving Liskowa 2 options if he decides to throw back. He looks back, now fires the payoff pitch. Lined in to left center field, this ball is going to drop. McKenna's going to round 3rd. He's heading home. It's an RBI single for Hunter Wells, and the Pilots lead it 1-0. The 2nd hit of the inning, the 21st RBI for Wells. The 22nd run scored for Mark McKenna, and the Pilots have a 1-0 lead as their leading RBI man, Will Laka, steps up to the plate. So the designated hitter delivers Fundamental baseball for the Pilots to start. Get on with a single, move them over with a bunt, and then drive them in with another single. Heart of the order now coming up for the Pilots. Just one out. Will Alaka, the cleanup hitter from the University of Virginia. First pitch called strike one. Will comes in 276 batting average, 366 on base percentage. Leads the way with 34 hits. Tied with Over Torres, and now Mark McKenna for the team lead. Liskowa throws over Wells. Almost got picked off. Had to do a swim move past Brookover. Now Wells is saying to the base umpire that Liskowa is balking on the mound. A very deceptive move to first from the lefty Liskowa. So these Pilots hitters are going to have to be careful. Wells almost paid the price on that one. It's a one-strike pitch. Wells had to do his best Michael Phelps impression to swim out of the way of the Ben Brookover tag. One-strike pitch from Alaka is fouled back, and he's behind the count 0-2. Will wearing number 27 for the Pilots. Went 1 for 3 last night, scored a run and stole his team-leading 10th base of the summer. He's 10 for 10. Wells at first is 9 for 9 on the base pass. Liskowa throws over. Wells head first slide back in safely. The Pilots collectively have stolen 81 bases in 96 attempts. They've been caught just 15 times on the base pass. Alaka waits. Wells leads off first. The two-strike pitch swung on and missed strike 3. Alaka down swinging for out number 1 here, or out number 2 here in this first inning. Pilots have a run here in the top half. Mark McKenna scored on a Hunter Wells RBI single. The batter, the number 5-hole hitter, the first baseman, Peter Battaglia, will dig it. Pete, pink bat in hand, has 33 hits and 119 at-bats. Liskowa throws over. Wells head first slide back in safely. Not as close, Liskowa, than the first couple times throwing over on Wells, so it appears he's got a good read on when the lefty is going to throw over on him. Wells waits. Liskowa looks over. Now fires the first pitch to Battaglia. Thought about it, but lays off a called strike 1. Two outs, 1 on, 1 in for the Pilots. They've got 2 hits here in the top of the first. David Liskowa, the All-Star Game starter, on the mound for Jamestown. Battaglia looks at strike 2. It'll be Andrew White on the mound for the Pilots, righty from the University at Buffalo. Liskowa comes set. The two-strike pitch taken high, and he counts a ball and 2 strikes. It's a battle tonight of 2 Amherst starters. Liskowa from East Amherst, as Wells heads down to second. He will slide in safely with his 10th stolen base of the summer. He has not been caught, and it becomes a 2-out RBI opportunity for Battaglia as he takes ball 2. So now 3 Pilots stand at the top of the leaderboard with 10 stolen bases. None of the 3 have been caught. Will Alaka, Colton Carney, and now Wells. The 2-2. Line down the left field line. This ball is hooking foul. Battaglia will see another pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 Pilots hits in the inning. And they've got a man in scoring position for Battaglia. Led Niagara with 48 runs batted in this summer, or this spring. He's got 18 RBIs this summer. Wells, who scored 15 runs, waits off second. Swung at an inside pitch, fouled it off the netting. Pilots first baseman Battaglia in a battle with Liskowa. 7th pitch of the inning upcoming. Looks back at Wells, now double checks on him. Fires the 2-2. Checked his swing. You're going to ask if he went. Base umpire says no, and the count on Battaglia is full. The second full count of the inning from Liskowa. The first, Wells roped an RBI single. If Battaglia can do the same, the Pilots could double their lead. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch swung on, fouled off the mask of Cross, and Battaglia will see another pitch. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming to the Pilots' first baseman. Pink bat in hand, takes a deep breath, now waits. Liskowa from the stretch looks back at Wells. Now fires the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled back. We'll do it again. The 9th pitch now upcoming between Battaglia and Liskowa. The Niagara County Community College starter against the Niagara University first baseman. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Battaglia heads down to first with his 21st walk of the summer, the 11th walk issued by Liskowa. And the Pilots have 2 on with 2 outs for their other leading RBI man, Over Torres. Last time we were here in Jamestown, the Sunday before the All-Star break, Torres had himself a good day. Went 2 for 5 with a 2-run double in this ballpark. The right-handed hitting right fielder from Yavapai Community College in Elizabeth, New Jersey waits. First pitch from Liskowa. Gets the outside corner, counts 0-1. Torres comes in 2nd place in the league in a category you don't really want to be mentioned in. He's got the 2nd most strikeouts in the perfect game league at 40. He still has a long way to go if he wants to catch the leader who sits at 48. Counts 1-1 on Torres. Torres started in right field last night, went 0 for 2 with a strikeout in the 2-0 win against Geneva. Battaglia off first, Wells off second. 2 runners on, 2 outs, 1 run home, the 1-1. Foul tipped off the glove of Cross, and the count is 1-2 on Torres. Comes in to tonight. 34 hits and 116 at-bats, got a 293 batting average, 349 on base percentage. Wears number 3 on his back. Wells off second, Battaglia off first. Liskowa from the stretch. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Torres down, swinging for out number 3. But the Pilots get 1. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors, 2 men left on base. We played a half an inning here in Jamestown. Pilots 1, hosts Jammers coming to bat. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning here at Dietrich Park in Jamestown. The Pilots have taken an early 1-0 lead on a one-out RBI single from Hunter Wells, scoring Mark McKenna. On the mound for the Pilots is Andrew White. They're 6'2", 200-pound righty from Amherst, Newark, and the University at Buffalo. Comes in on the summer, 0-2 in 3 previous starts with a 13.13 earned run average. In 12 1/3 innings pitched, 23 hits, 20 runs, 18 of those earned, 10 walks, 12 Ks. He will work mainly from the stretch, and the first pitch he will fire is way outside to the left-handed hitting right fielder tonight for the Jammers, John Conti. From Canisius College, so both leadoff hitters here tonight play their ball at Canisius. Mark McKenna for the Pilots scored the game's first run. The 1-0. Missed upstairs, counts 2-0 on White. John Conti leading off for the Jammers. White comes set now, deals the 2-0. This one gets the outside corner, counts 2-1. White was clocked as fast as 93 in his last start. In the only ballpark we've played in this summer with a radar gun in Amsterdam. He lost that game 7-3 to the Mohawks. The first place Mohawks in the East. We'll see them on Sunday at Colburn Park in the regular season finale. Counts 3-1 on Conti, the leadoff man for the Jammers. The pitch. Taken, ball 4. So John Conti works a walk to lead off this game, his 22nd walk of the summer. The rest of the Jammers lineup looks like this. Batting second, the designated hitter, Chris Stuff. Batting third, playing first, Ben Brookham. Batting fourth, playing center, Skylar Valentine. Batting fifth, playing third, Chris Estrada. Batting sixth, playing short, Alex O'Donnell. Batting seventh, playing left, Jimmy Standahar. Batting eighth behind the plate, Matt Cross. And batting ninth and playing second base, it's Ryan Markey. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. The Pilots got one in their half of the first. The leadoff man off of White has reached on a 5-pitch walk to start off this bottom half. Chris Steffel, left-handed hitting designated hitter from St. John's, digs in. First pitch swinging, fouls this one back. Counts 0-1. Defense behind Andrew White looks like this. Left to right in the outfield, DeMarcus Guillory, Mark McKenna, and Over Torres. Left to right in the infield, Graham Hackbarth, Michael O'Connor, Zach Santoro, and Peter Battaglia. And catching White tonight, it's Will Alaka. 0-1 count on Chris Steffel, the designated hitter. 1-strike pitch fired in for a called strike 2. Hackbarth, who was in anticipating a punt from Steffel both times, will back up after on neither of the first 2 pitches that were called strikes. He squared. Conti leads off first. The pitch swung on, fouled back, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Steffel. Steffel has 9 hits and 28 at-bats. He's a freshman from St. John's. 3 of those 9 hits are doubles. He's got a .321 batting average and a .459 on-base percentage for the Jammers. Conti leads off first. Grounded to O'Connor. He will step on the bag for 1, fire to first, not in time. So the leadoff man, Conti, erased on the fielder's choice. Steffel beats out the return throw from O'Connor. Looked like he had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove. Steffel from the left-handed batter's box ran well down the line for out number 1. Now the batter is Ben Brookover, with a man on first and 1 out. Brookover from the University of Texas at San Antonio paces the perfect game league with 58 hits. 58 hits and 175 at-bats. Wearing number 30, plays first base. 1-0 pitch. Missed low, counts 2-0 on Brookover. Brookover, against the Pilots this year, has 18 hits and 35 at-bats, 3 doubles, a home run, batting .514 with a .538 on-base percentage. He's driven in 11 and scored 9 against the Pilots. Steffel leads off first, the 2-0. Swung on and fouled back. And the count's 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Ben Brookover, the hitter. Chris Steffel on first after the fielder's choice. 2-1 pitch is bounced in front of Alaka. Counts 3-1. Steffel, not much of a threat to take off from first, has stolen just one base in 2 attempts in 10 games for the Jammers this summer. 3-1 count on the first baseman, Brookover. The center fielder, Valentine, waits on deck. The pitch lined into right. This ball is going to drop. It's a single for Brookover, moves Steffel up to second, and brings up Skylar Valentine for the Jammers. The middle of 3 straight guys from the University of Texas out of San Antonio. The next is Chris Estrada. He also plays there. Valentine patrols center field for the Jammers, has 51 hits and 155 at-bats. He ranks second in the league in hits. The hit by Brookover was his league-leading 59th. Valentine digs in. Runners on first and second. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Pilots got 1 in the top half of the first on a 1-out single from Hunter Wells for his 21st run batted into the summer. Infield deep for the Pilots. Steffel off second. Brookover off first. Still first pitch. Gets away from Alaka. Both runners move up 90 feet, and there's 2 runners in scoring position for Skylar Valentine, who's driven in 27 runs on the year. Ranks just outside of the top 10 on the summer. So there's runners on second and third now with just 1 out. White working from the stretch where he will likely work all night. 1-0 pitch misses low. Count is 2-0. It was a wild pitch on White that moved Steffel and Brookover up 90 feet into scoring position. White has delivered now 10 wild pitches in his previous, now 4 starts. 2-1 fastball fired past the swinging bat of Valentine. Counts 2-1 on the Jammer center fielder. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch. Lined down the right field line. Torres over. He will make the play in fair territory for out number 2. Tagging is Steffel from third. This game is tied on the sacrifice fly from Skylar Valentine. Brookover stayed put at second. It's an RBI for Skylar Valentine, his 28th. Moves him into the top 10 on the summer. And the batter will be Chris Estrada, the man who faces the perfect game league. And RBI's at 36. Up here with an RBI opportunity, with Brookover standing on second. White looking to keep it at just 1. Comes set from the stretch. First pitch to Estrada. Misses low, counts 1-0. Now Chris Estrada comes in. With 45 hits, that ranks him 7th. But his batting average is only .268. 45 hits and 168 at-bats. The Pilots leader in hits. They have 3 guys with 34. None of those 3 guys have a batting average lower than .275. The 1-0 pitch to Estrada missed, counts 2-0. So although Estrada has a lot of hits, he's also made a lot of outs. but he's made up for it with the league lead in RBIs. Up here with an RBI opportunity. The 2-0. Missed low, counts 3-0. 2 outs. Here we're in the bottom of the first. We're tied at 1 after a Skylar Valentine sacrifice fly call scored Chris Steffel to tie us. The 3-0. Fastball down the middle. It's a called strike 1 on Estrada. Count goes to 3 balls and a strike. On the jammer, third baseman, Chris Estrada. Comes set from the stretch. Looks back at Brooke over the 3-1. Miss low, ball 4. The second walk of the inning issued by White. He's now issued 12 walks in 13 innings. And the batter is Alex O'Donnell. O'Donnell comes up with runners on first and second. Has 30 hits and 135 at-bats. Good enough for a .222 batting average. Also has a .325 on-base percentage. Brookover off first, Estrada off second. White fires a first pitch that misses low on O'Donnell. Counts 1-0. O'Donnell, the shortstop for the Jammers, comes in, has the 7th worst batting average among qualified hitters. You need 2.7 plate appearances per game to qualify. Has the 5th worst on-base percentage at just .325, but has made up for it with 29 runs batted in, good enough for 8th in the league. Counts now 2-0 on O'Donnell, the shortstop for the Jammers. Alaka will ask for a new baseball from the home plate umpire. And now we'll head down to the mound to talk to White. Pilots got 1 run in their half of the first on an RBI single from Hunter Wells to drive in Mark McKenna. In the Jammers half, they got a sacrifice fly from Skylar Valentine to score Chris Steffel. So we're all tied at 1. White looking to keep it at just 1. He's thrown 25 pitches here in the first, just 10 for strikes. Comes set, the 2-0. Fastball off the outside part of the plate, counts 3-0. A pitch away from loading up the bases with 2 outs. With Jimmy Standahar waiting on deck. The 3-0. Misses inside, and the bases are full of Jammers here in the bottom of the first. And Alaka will head out to the mound, joined by the pitching coach, Bennett Schultz. Not the way Andrew White envisioned this first inning going against the Jammers. He's walked 3. He's given up a hit and a run to tie us up at 1. The Pilots, who coming into today, were giving up a run in 90.4% of innings after scoring a run, and they're in danger of upping that percentage even more. They've scored now in 115 different half innings and given up 104 runs in the following half. And with Jimmy Standahar coming up and the bases loaded, a chance that percentage gets worse for the Pilots. Standahar wearing number 29 for the Jammers. Brookover, Estrada, and O'Donnell on the base paths. First pitch is a called strike 1. Standahar playing left field tonight. He's from Mercyhurst. Got 10 hits and 22 at-bats, .455 batting average against the Pilots. And looks at a called strike 2. So whatever Schultz and Alaka said to White has been working, as the righty has fired 2 straight strikes since the meeting. A chance to get out of it and strain the bases. The 2-0, or the 0-2, is swung on, fouled out of play. And Standahar will see another pitch. Standahar, the 7th batter in the inning for the Jammers. So Jamestown has one up to what the Pilots were able to do in the first. 2 straight pitch lined into center field. This ball's going to drop. Rookover rounds third. He's going to score. Estrada is right behind him. It's a 2-run single for Jimmy Standahar, and it's 3-1 Jammers here in the first. Standahar picks up RBIs number 17 and 18. And Jamestown has taken the lead. Snaps the Pilots' streak of 19 straight innings with a lead. O'Donnell moves up to second. And now Matt Cross, the 8th batter of the inning, with 2 outs. And the Jammers ahead 3-1. Jamestown has answered the Pilots' call with 3 here in their half of the first. First pitch from White misses way upstairs. The count's 1-0. Cross comes in batting 189. 10 hits and 53 at-bats. White working from the stretch. Stares back at second, now fires. 1-0 pitch misses inside. And counts 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. 3-1 Jammers lead. The pitch called strike 1. That was the 34th pitch of the bottom of the first from Andrew White. He's thrown just 15 strikes, 19 out of the zone. The 2-1. Missed low, counts 3-1 on Cross. In danger of walking the bases loaded for a second time. 2 singles, 3 walks, and a sac fly has led to 3 Jammers runs on the scoreboard. The big hit was a 2-run single from Jamie Standahar and an 0-2 count. The 3-1. Grounded to third. Hackworth will touch it foul, and the count is full on Cross. The first full count in this bottom of the first for White. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. So Donald and Standahar likely to start running. Once White makes his delivery, there they go. Swung on, fouled back, and we'll do it again. White looking to limit the damage at just 3 here in the bottom of the first. Pilots will have 7, 8, and 9 in their order in their half of the second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on, 3 home here in this bottom of the first. The payoff pitch. Taken, called, strike 3. Cross down, looking to end the inning. But the Jammers get 3. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We played 1 here in Jamestown. The Jammers on top, 3-1. Zach Santoro, Michael O'Connor, and DeMarcus Guillory, 7, 8, and 9 for the Pilots here in the top of the second. After scoring 1 in the top of the first, Jamestown answered with 3 off of Andrew White. Liskowa back on the mound with a lead. First pitch to Santoro, misses outside, counts 1-0. Zach on the summer, 13 hits and 37 at-bats, batting .351. The 1-0 from Liskowa. Misses inside, counts 2-0. Santoro steps out, looks at the barrel of his bat, now digs back in ahead of the 2-0 from Liskowa. The lefty from Niagara County Community College, the 2-0. Swung on and fouled back, and the count goes 2 balls and a strike. Santoro's got 2 of his 13 hits have gone for doubles. 5 runs, 7 runs batted in. The 2-1. Taken off the outside corner, and the count is quickly 3-1 on Santoro. The leadoff man here for the Pilots in the second. They trail 3-1. The 3-1. Missed outside. Santoro works a leadoff walk here in the top of the second. So the second consecutive inning, the Pilots have led off with a base runner. In the first, the leadoff base runner was moved over on a sacrifice bunt. We'll see if Michael O'Connor is asked for a sacrifice bunt of his own. O'Connor on the summer has just 1 sac bunt. He squares the bunt, gets it down. Liskowa will field it himself. Only play is to first with the second baseman Markey covering. He makes it. The second sac bunt of the night for the Pilots moves Santoro up into scoring position as DeMarcus Guillory steps up to the plate. So a sac bunt, 1-4 putout, moves Santoro up to second. Now the number 9 hole hitter, Guillory. First pitch missed low. Count is 1-0. Left-handed hitting left fielder for the Pilots. 15 hits and 69 at-bats. Has a .217 batting average. 5 doubles, a triple. He's driven in 7 and scored 11. Santoro leads off second to 1-0. Blooped. Just fouled down the third base line. And we're even at a ball and a strike. A ball, a strike, a man on and out, a sac bunt, and a walk here in this second. Guillory, the first of 2 lefties. Pilots have 6 right-handed hitters, a switch-handed hitter, and a lefty. Here against the lefty Liskowa. Santoro leads off second. A mini shift on for Guillory as Chris Estrada is playing way off the bag at third. O'Donnell shading a little bit up the middle, mainly with Santoro on second to protect or to show in case Liskowa wants to throw back. The 1-1. Taken on the outside corner, counts 1-2. It's 3-1. We're in the top of the second. Pilots got 1 in their half of the first on a Hunter Wells single. Jamestown answered with 3 in their half off of Andrew White. So it snaps a string of 19 straight innings, which the Pilots held the lead. The count's 1-2. On the outside corner, strike 3. Guillory down, swinging for out number 2 here in this second. The batter will be Mark McKenna. Led off the game with a single and scored the game's first run. McKenna wearing number 25. First pitch from Liskowa, swung on and missed. Counts 0-1. McKenna picked up his 34th hit, which ties him for the team lead. A big gap in right center field with the Jammer outfield shading him to go the other way. The 0-1. Missed off the plate. Gets away from cross, but Santoro will stay put on second as it was in front of him. Counts a ball and a strike on McKenna. It was a 2-1 count in which McKenna picked up the game's first hit, the 1-1. Grounded slowly to second. Markey over to his left will glove it. He will flip to first to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played an inning and a half. The Jammers lead this one 3-1 here in Jamestown. Nine, 1-2 for the Jammers here in the bottom of the second. Pilots got a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs, but he was stranded. So they still trail 3-1. White back on the mound for his second inning of work. Gave up 3 runs on 2 hits. He walked 3 in the top of the first. The righty from the University at Buffalo counts 2-0 on Ryan Markey. Made the final out in the top half of the second. Redshirt freshman from St. John's. Wears number 20. 10 hits and 55 at-bats for the Jammers this summer. Against the Pilots, Markey is 2 for 10. White comes set the 2-0. Off the inside part of the plate, counts 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. The leadoff man, Markey, looked like he was going to fire his bat back towards the dugout, but he'll hold on because he'll have to see another pitch from White. Counts 3-1. 1 run, 2 hits for the Pilots. 3 runs, 2 hits for the Jammers. The 3-1. Popped up. Santoro over. Will call for it in short right field, and he will make the play for out number 1. So the number 9-hole hitter, Markey, retired. And he'll flip the lineup towards the top for the leadoff man, John Conti. The left-handed hitting right fielder for the Jammers. Worked a walk to lead off the Jammers half of the first. His 22nd walk of the summer. First pitch from White, missed outside, counts 1-0. The first of 2 lefties in this Jammer lineup. Jamestown's got 2 lefties and the rest right-handed hitters. White comes set, the 1-0. Bounced in front of the plate. Counts 2-0. White wearing number 29 for the Pilots. He's thrown 45 pitches through an inning and a third. Just 20 for strikes. The 2-0. Squares to bunt, gets it down, but it rolls towards the Jammers' dugout on the third base side, and the count goes to 2-1. Glare starting in off the playing surface to the left here at Dietrich Park, behind the woods. So not in the player's vision, but in the vision of the press box here in Jamestown. 2-1 pitch was fired in for a called strike 2. So White has evened up this count. The 2-2. Lined in the gap between short and third into left. Guillory will cut it off. It's a one-out single for John Conti. He reaches base for the second time in as many innings. And the batter is Chris Steffel. Steffel very close to grounding into a 6-6 double play his first time up, but on the return throw from O'Connor, it appeared he just couldn't get out of his glove in time. So Steffel reached on a fielder's choice and scored the Jammers' first run. First pitch from White, missed outside, counts 1-0. With the 3 runs White gave up in the first and then the 1 out here in the second, his ERA has jumped from 3.13 to 20.30. Conti had taken off towards second before the pitch was even thrown. He moves up on the fielder's choice, a ground out from Steffel as Santoro throws it over towards first. And there's 2 away for Ben Brookover. So the second fielder's choice of the night from Steffel. And the batter was Ben Brookover. Brookover wearing number 34, the Jammers singled and scored his first time up. White looking for a 1-2-3 bottom of the second, looking to match zeros with Liskowa. First pitch off speed, gets Brookover to chase, counts 0-1. In a battle of Amherst natives, White from Amherst, New York, Liskowa from East Amherst here tonight. White ahead in the count, 0-1 on Brookover. Long look in towards Alaka, finally gets a pitch he likes. Double checks on Conti on second. This pitch missed in the dirt. Counts a ball and a strike on Brookover. Conti is a threat to steal. He's stolen 17 bases in 21 attempts, good enough for third in the league, stolen base-wise. Not sure if he'd be going with the leading hitman in the league up at the plate and 2 outs. Don't want to make the final out at third. 1-1 off the plate, counts 2-1. One of those unwritten rules in baseball, not to make the first or third out at third. Especially with your number 3 hole hitter, the man who leads the league in hits. Brookover picked up his 59th in the first. The 2-1. Missed off the plate, counts 3-1. Skylar Valentine waits on deck, drove in the game's first run on a sac fly, or the Jammers' first run. The game's first run was scored on Hunter Wells' single. He'll be up for the Pilots in their half of the third. But for now, it's a 3-1 count on Brookover. White comes set the pitch. Grounded to short. O'Connor to his right. Throws across his body. Battaglia keeps his foot on the bag for out number 3. So a great play by the smooth fielding shortstop, Mike O'Connor, to end the inning for his University of Buffalo teammate. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We play 2 here in Jamestown with the Jammers on top, 3-1. Welcome back. Top of the third here in Jamestown. The Pilots and the Jammers exchanged scoreless second innings after 4 total runs in the first. Jamestown leads it 3-0 or 3-1 here at their park. Update on Elmira and Onondaga. The Pioneers all over the Flames in the bottom of the 7th at Onondaga Community College. They lead 12-3. First pitch swinging is the Pilots' third baseman, Graham Hackworth. Counts 0-1. Graham hit a sacrifice bunt his first time up against Liskowa. The sac bunt led to the game's first run. One strike pitch gets to the outside corner and counts quickly. 0-2 on Hackworth. Liskowa, through the first 2 innings, has thrown 45 pitches, 29 for strikes. 0-2 pitch missed outside, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes on Hackworth. 27 hits and 112 at-bats. Picked up his 4th sacrifice bunt his first time up. The 1-2. Slowly up the middle. Markey to his right will go to a knee and fire to first. The throw, Brookover keeps his foot on the bag, and they're going to ask for him to confirm with the home plate umpire. The base umpire is explaining to Bennett Schultz that he will not do just that. So Hackworth grounds out, and now Franklin Bush heading down to first to confirm. Home plate umpire confirms that Brookover did, in fact, keep his foot on the bag. And Hackworth is retired for the first out here in the 3rd. That'll bring up Hunter Wells. Drove in the game's first run with a RBI single in the 1st. First pitch. Missed low, counts 1-0. Wells singled in the game's first run, then stole his team-high 10th base of the summer. Liskowa from the windup, the 1-0. Foul tipped into the glove of Cross. We're even at a ball on a strike. A ball, a strike, and out. The 1-1. Bounced, counts 2-1. Wells, the switch-hitting designated hitter tonight, the Louisiana Tech signee. Will be playing there in the fall. The 2-1. Off the plate, counts 3-1. Looking to reach base for the 2nd time tonight and become a 2-out base runner. Or a 1-out base runner for the Pilots. We trail this one 3-1. The 3-1. Lined in to right center field. Valentine over. This ball is going to drop in front of him. Wells is 2 for 2. His 31st hit of the summer, and that'll bring up Will Alaka. So Wells is 2 for 2. Alaka struck out swinging against Liskowa his first time up. Liskowa through the first 2 1/3. 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. He's walked 2 and has given up a run. Comes set from the stretch. First pitch misses off the plate, counts 1-0. Liskowa has a very deceptive kickoff move towards first. Wells learned that the hard way in the first when he was nearly picked off. Had to do his best Michael Phelps impression to get himself out of being picked off. He eventually would steal second and be stranded there. Liskowa has not tried to throw over in this at-bat, and the count is 2-0 on Alaka. The Pilots catcher. No batting gloves look. Wells takes off. Hit and run on, swung on and missed. Throw down to second. Not in time. It's a stolen base for Hunter Wells, his 2nd of the day. He takes over the team lead with 11 stolen bases on the summer. He has not been caught, and it's a 2-1 count on Alaka. The Pilots with a runner in scoring position for the 3rd inning in a row. Two-1 pitch missed, and the count goes to 3-1. On the Pilots catcher, Alaka. Hitters count. Liskowa comes set, the 3-1. Swung on, fouled back, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on for the Pilots here in the inning. Liskowa looks back. The payoff pitch. Outside ball 4. Alaka will head down to first with his 16th walk of the summer. The 3rd walk of the game issued by Liskowa, and that'll lead to a mound visit from the catcher, Matt Cross, and the pitching coach for the Jammers. 2 righties are throwing in the Jamestown pen, but not sure if they're warming up as the bullpen catcher for the Jammers heads down into the bullpen. There's runners on first and second with 1 out here in the 3rd. Hackbarth led off with a ground out, and then Wells hit a single, and then a Will Alaka walk. Has put runners on first and second with just 1 out. Battaglia will step in. Pink bat in hand against Liskowa. Runners on first and second, 1 out. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Counts on 1. Battaglia worked a 2-out walk, his first time up for his 21st walk of the summer. The first walk of the game issued by Liskowa. Counts 0-1 on the Pilots' first baseman. Their designated hitter and catcher lead off first and second. Liskowa looks back at Wells, now fires the 1-strike pitch that misses low, and even at a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 2 on. A hit and a walk for the Pilots here in this inning. David Liskowa from the stretch. Looks back, now double checks on Wells. Kicks and deals. 1-1 pitch, misses off the plate. Counts 2-1 on Battaglia. The Pilots' right-handed hitting first baseman has reached base with a walk in this game. Liskowa started to put glove in hand and stepped off ahead of this 2-1. Comes set, kicks and deals, the 2-1. Gets the outside corner, a little help from his Niagara County Community College teammate, Matt Cross, to bring that one back. And the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Battaglia. Runners on first and second. It's a 2-2 count. Liskowa spins back and looks Hunter Wells back to second. Pilots with 2 on and 1 out. It's a 2-2 count on their first baseman, Battaglia. Liskowa looks back. Double checks on Wells. Kicks and deals the 2-2. Grounded foul off the face of the Jammer dugout, and the count is 2-2. Runners go, the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Should be a stolen base for Wells and Alaka, who were running on the play. We'll wait to see how they score it. It was a 2-2 count. Battaglia swung and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Cross threw down to first to complete the strikeout. And there's 2 away for Over Torres. If it is, in fact, a double steal, it's Alaka's 11th stolen base, Wells' 13th stolen base, and 3rd of the game. First pitch to Torres, up the middle. Markey slides to the backhand, fires to first to rob Torres of a hit and end the inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors and 2 Pilots left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. Jammers on top, 3-1. Four, 5, and 6 for the Jammers here in their half of the third. The Pilots got 2 runners on into scoring position. But Ober Torres grounded out to second to end the Pilots' threat. They still trail 3-1. First pitch to Valentine missed inside. Second pitch misses low, and the count's 2-0. White on in his third inning of work through the first 2, struck out 1, walked 3. He's given up 3 hits and 3 runs. Comes set. 2-0 pitch misses, counts quickly. 3-0 on the leadoff man, Valentine, who drove in the game-tying run in the first with a sacrifice fly. Now, the Alaka Hunter Wells double steal was not ruled a double steal. It was ruled that they moved over on a drop third strike. Now, if it was ruled that they moved over on a drop third strike, there would have had to have been 2 outs, which there were not. So since they were taking off before the pitch was even thrown, it should be ruled a double steal. If they had not taken off before the pitch was thrown, then Matt Cross wouldn't have needed to throw down to first to complete the strikeout. So Valentine, a 4-pitch walk. He leads off first, and the batter is Chris Estrada, who worked a walk his first time up. The 1-0. Fastball called strike 1. So the first strike of the inning from White. And the count is 1-1 on Estrada. The third baseman from UTSA. The 1-1. Grounded foul down the third base line and counts a ball and 2 strikes. 1 run, 3 hits for the Pilots. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Jammers. Jamestown leads the Western Division of the Perfect Game League with 30 wins. They've lost just 13. Both the Pilots and Jammers are playing in their 44th game of the summer. The 1-2. Bounced past Alaka. Valentine will head down to second on the Andrew White wild pitch. His second wild pitch of the game, and he now is tied for the league lead with 11. He's had 11 wild pitches. He's making just his 4th start of the summer. It's a 2-2 count on Estrada. Walked and scored a run his first time up. Grounded to short. O'Connor to a knee. Will fire to first. Throw almost pulls Battaglia off the bag. Battaglia had to reach to keep that back right foot on, which he did. And there's one away. So the second time Battaglia had to bail out O'Connor. O'Connor not wearing his usual number 10, wearing number 7. And there's one away. So Estrada retired. Valentine stayed put at second. And the batter is Alex O'Donnell. Shortstop walked his first time up. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Three to 1, Jammers lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. The 1-strike pitch. O'Donnell squares to bunt, then takes low. Counts 1-1. Hackbarth will take a couple steps in at 3rd. See if O'Donnell tries to square again. White comes set, the 1-1. Gets the inside corner. Counts a ball and 2 strikes. On O'Donnell, the junior shortstop from Mercyhurst. White comes set. Runner starts to go, then stops. O'Donnell swung on and missed. Alaka will throw down to first on the drop 3rd strike. Valentine then takes 3rd. And there's 2 away. So a K and a 2-3 put out. We'll bring up Jimmy Standahar for the 2nd time tonight. So Valentine moves to 3rd on the drop 3rd strike. Standahar, who's already driven in 2 runs in this game, has another RBI opportunity with a man standing on 3rd. First pitch squares to bunt with 2 outs and takes ball 1. Trying to catch the Pilots' defense napping with that. Hackbarth was already in at 3rd. The 1-0. Missed high. Counts 2-0 on Standahar. White sets. 2-0 pitch fired in for a called strike 1. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Jimmy Standahar. With Skylar Valentine leading off 3rd, the 2-1. Squares to bunt again. Hackbarth comes sprinting in from 3rd, and the count is 3 balls and a strike on the left fielder for the Jammers, Standahar. White puts glove in hand. Kicks and deals. 3-1. Called strike 2. Standahar had started down towards first. He'll have to be called back, and the count is full on the Jammers left fielder. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a man on. White looking to match scoreless frames with Liskowa. The 3-2 is bounced. Standahar will head down to first on the 5th walk of the game from White. His 15th of the summer. And there's runners on the corners with 2 outs for Matt Cross. Alaka will head out in front of the mound to give his infield the signal on what to do if Standahar decides to take second on with runners on the corners. Runner goes, first pitch swinging, grounded to O'Connor. Bobbles it, throw to first, not made by Battaglia. Runner goes all the way to third, and he's going to come around to score on the second error of the inning, on the second error of the play. We'll see how they score that crazy play here that led to 2 Jammers runs and a run all the way from first. Valentine comes in to score on what should be an error on O'Connor, who had trouble fielding the play from the start, trouble getting the ball out of his glove. Then the second error should come on a Peter Battaglia throw down to third to try to get Standahar out there. Standahar comes around to score on the play. So it's 5-1 now, Jammers. And the batter is Markey. So Standahar and Valentine score. 5 different Jammers have scored. And the number 9 hole hitter will come up to the plate. First pitch, bounced. Counts 1-0. So it was a routine grounder to O'Connor that led to the 2 runs. It says 2 errors in the column for the Pilots, so not a hit. This one grounded to Hackbarth. Throws across the diamond for out number 3. But the Jammers get 2 more. 2 runs, no hits, 2 walks, 2 errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 3 here in Jamestown with the Jammers up 5-1. Seven, 8, and 9 for the Pilots. Zach Santoro, Michael O'Connor, and DeMarcus Guillory. The Jammers got 2 runs on no hits in their half of the third, the 1-0. Blooped into right center field. Conti in, Markey back. The right fielder will call for it. make the play for out number 1. So the way that play was scored on Matt Cross, the wild play, Skylar Valentine comes around to score on the E6. Matt Cross reaches on the E6. Sandahar moves to 3rd on the E6, scores on an E3. Cross goes to 2nd on an E3. So a 2-base error from the Pilots defense led to 2 runs. So Jamestown leads it 5-1 here in the top of the 4th. Counts a ball and a strike on the shortstop, O'Connor, who made the first of those 2 errors. The 1-1. Called strike 2. O'Connor, who could have as many as 3 errors in this game. The first 2 bad throws were bailed out by Battaglia, keeping his foot on the bag. The third time was not the charm for O'Connor, who swings and misses on a fastball from Liskowa for strike 3. First 2 batters are tired here in the top of the 4th, looking for the first 1-2-3 inning of this ballgame. The batter's DeMarcus Guillory. Left-handed swinging left fielder for the Pilots, takes a first pitch at the knees for a called strike 1. Struck out looking his first time up. Liskowa has a strikeout at least in each of the first 4 innings now. He struck out 5 Pilots hitters. Counts 1-1 to run his total to 50 on the year. Sits just 1 strikeout behind the recently departed Henry Martinez, who leads the league. Counts 1-1 on Guillory. Liskowa from his full windup swung on and missed, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Liskowa steps off ahead of the 1-2 DeMarcus Guillory. Struck out looking his first time up for the 27th time this year. Liskowa sets the 1-2. On the outside corner, strike 3. Guillory down looking for out number 3. The first 1-2-3 inning belongs to David Liskowa. We played 3.5. The Pilots trail 5-1 here in Jamestown. Top of the order for the Jammers, John Conti, Chris Steffel, and Ben Brooklyn. They lead at 5-1 here at Dietrich Park. Conti squares the bunt. First pitch from White, way outside, and counts 1-0. White gave up 2 unearned runs in the bottom of the 3rd on a 2-error play by the Pilots infield. Jammers lead this one 5-1. This one lined down the right field line deep. Torres back. He will not make the play as it's off the wall. Conti's going to round to second. He's heading to third, where he will stand up with a leadoff triple to start this bottom of the fourth. So the leadoff man is on third. It looked like that ball hit off the foul pole. If it hit off the foul pole, it should be a ground rule double. From up here, it looked just that. For now, Conti's on third. If he stays at third, it's his second triple. And they're going to keep him there. And now the manager for the Pilots, Franklin Bush, is going to ask for an explanation. It pretty clearly hit off the foul pole down the right field line on a bounce. The home plate umpire is explaining to him that that's still in play, so it will not be a ground rule double for Conti. It'll be a leadoff stand-up triple. And the Jammers are in great position to extend their lead. So if it hits the foul pole on a fly, it's a home run. But if it hits it on the bounce, it's not a ground rule double. Now the umpires are going to confirm. It should be a ground rule double to lead off this inning. Not a stand-up triple. Now the manager for Jamestown is going to go over and ask what they're talking about. And the two umpires and the two managers are going to confirm. So, again, John Conti hit a rocket down the right field line that landed just fair. He stands on third with a leadoff triple for now. But on the first bounce it took off the grass, it appeared to have hit the foul pole down the right field line. Now, if it hit the foul pole, it should be a ground rule double, not a leadoff triple. Now, the first word that the home plate umpire said to the Pilots manager, Franklin Bush, is that the ball is still in play. But if it hits the foul pole on a fly, it's a home run. Then how, if it hits it on a hop, is it still in play? They're going to keep the runner at third. It's a leadoff stand-up triple for John Conti, his second triple of the summer. And the Pilots are quickly in danger of giving up another run here in this half inning. It'll be Chris Steffel, Ben Brookover, and Skylar Valentine. And the Pilots will bring their infield all the way in. The triple was the fourth hit of the game for the Jammers. They've scored 5 runs and are in perfect position to extend it, and they just did. A leadoff single or a one-pitch single by Chris Steffel scores John Conti. And the Jammers have a 6-1 lead. So Conti comes around to score on the RBI single from Chris Steffel. And Jamestown leads by 5. The 10th RBI for Steffel, the 27th run scored by John Conti. And the batter is Ben Brookover with a man on first and nobody out. And still no one warming in the Pilots' pen. First pitch from White. Called strike 1. That pitch from White was his 81st. He's thrown 42 out of the zone, 39 for strikes. White looks in and gets the signal from Alaka. One strike pitch. Bounce. This one gets past Alaka. It's going to move Steffel down to second. So a man in scoring position for the Jammers here with nobody out, looking to add to their lead. The first 3 pitches led to Jamestown's 6th run on a triple from Conti and a single from Steffel. Steffel then moved down to second on what is going to be ruled a wild pitch, the 3rd wild pitch from Andrew White, the 12th on the season. He now has sole possession of first place in that category. The 1-1 to Brookover has popped up. Torres in. Steffel will not even attempt to tag, and there's one away. So Steffel takes or stays put at second, and the batter will be Skylar Valentine. Drove it around with a sac fly his first time up, then scored a run after walking in the third, took an eventful path around the bases. Reached base with a 4-pitch walk, moved to second on a wild pitch, moved to third on a drop third strike, and then scored on an E6. He's up for the third time tonight. Does not have an official at bat. Steffel leads off second. White comes set. First pitch. Missed inside. Counts 1-0. Six to 1. Jammers lead. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Pilots. 6 runs, 5 hits for the Jammers. White sets. Looks back at Steffel. 1-0 pitch has popped up. Hackbarth back. Guillory in. The left fielder Guillory will make the play in foul territory for out number 2 here in this inning. Now the batter will be Chris Estrada. Estrada walked and scored a run in the first, ground out to O'Connor in the third. Here he is in the fourth. He's 0 for 1. White looking to strand Steffel at second. Comes set. Double checks, now deals. First pitch missed low, counts 1-0. Estrada, the Jammer third baseman. The 1-0. At the knees for a called strike 1. A ball, a strike, 2 outs, a run home in this inning, and a man standing on second. Grounded slowly to O'Connor. He will take it on a knee and fire to first for out number 3. But the Jammers get 1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We play for Jamestown all over the Pilots. They lead 6-1 here at Dietrich Park. Top of the Pilots order, first pitch to Mark McKenna. It checks his swing and goes around, and the count's 0-1. On the Pilots' leadoff man, he's 1 for 2 tonight. Scored the game's first run in the first. Takes strike 2. The Jammers got another run in their half of the fourth. A leadoff stand-up triple from John Conkey came around to score on the next pitch from Chris Steffel as McKenna strikes out swinging. The 7th strikeout of the night from Liskowa, and with that strikeout, he takes over the league lead from Henry Martinez, sits at 52 strikeouts. So the Jammers lead this one 6-1 in the top of the 5th inning here at Dietrich Park. Counts 1-0 on Graham Hackworth. Now, bad news for the Pilots is they're down 6-1, and they're going to have some work to do if they want to extend their 6-game winning streak. The good news is the Elmira Pioneers are doubling up the Onondaga Flames in the top of the 9th at OCC 12-6. If both the Pilots and the Flames lose, then the Pilots will keep pace at just 2 games back. Hackworth swings at the 1-0 pitch and fouls it into the Pilots bullpen. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Liskowa, the 1-1. Grounded slowly to third. This ball is rolling foul, and it's going to stay fair. So a break for the Pilots, a slow roller down the first base line. It's an infield single for Graham Hackworth. He reaches base for the first time tonight. He's 1 for 2. So Liskowa and Estrada both over, hoping the ball would roll foul. It did not, and the Pilots get their 4th hit of the ballgame as Hunter Wells digs up to the plate. Wells has reached base both times. He's got 3 stolen bases in this one. First pitch, called strike 1. So he's 2 for 2. He's driven in a run. And he's 3 for 3 on the base paths. The Pilots have 4 stolen bases on the night. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Liskowa. Hackworth off first, the 1-strike pitch, swung on and missed. Counts 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Liskowa throws over. Now Hackworth learns firsthand what that Liskowa move looks like. Hackworth stolen 3 bases in 4 attempts for the Pilots. He's being held on by Ben Brookover. The count's 0-2 on Wells, who's 2 for 2 tonight off of Liskowa. In a battle of 2 Western Division All-Stars, the 2-strike pitch on the outside corner, strike 3. Wells down looking for out number 2. Puts his 10 cents into the jar behind home plate, then heads back to the first base dugout as Will Alaka will take his swings. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and stole his 11th base his last time up. The strikeout for Liskowa was his 8th. Counts 0-1 now on Alaka. 7 different Pilots have struck out against Liskowa. Only Hackworth and Santoro have not. Guillory has struck out twice. First pitch was a called strike 1. The second pitch was fouled back, and the count's 0-2. Liskowa has thrown 86 pitches, 56 of them for strikes. Comes set. The 2-strike pitch, way outside, counts 1-2. Looking to strike out the side here in the 5th. Jammers lead this one 6-1. Got another one on a single from Chris Steffel to drive in John Conti in the bottom of the 4th. Liskowa comes set, throws over. Hackworth back in safely. Pilots getting more and more familiar with that pickoff move from Liskowa, the lefty from Niagara County Community College. Came into today with just a 1.63 ERA. Hackworth goes, heads down to second. Ball gets away from O'Donnell. Hackworth going to slide into third, and he is out. Try to take an extra base, and Graham is thrown out at third for out number 3 on what is going to most likely be scored a fielder's choice on Willawaka. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. An official game here at Dietrich Park with the Jammers on top, 6-1. Bullpen roulette time for the Pilots. Spin the wheel. It's reliever number 24, Brian Allen. So Andrew White's night is over. He goes 4, gives up 5 hits, 6 runs, 4 of those earned. Walked 5, struck out 2. Allen on the mound, the second Pilots pitcher of the night, is appearing in his 9th game of the summer. Most recently, pitched against Adirondack on Saturday, went 3 innings, picked up a save in the 13-2 win, and walked just a batter. Retired 9 of 10 in the final 8 batters he faced. He will face 6, 7, and 8 in the Jammer order, and the first pitch he fires to Alex O'Donnell is a called strike one. Tell you the scoring on that final play in the top half of the inning for the Pilots after this 1-strike pitch. That's way outside, counts 1-1. So Willawaka is awarded an infield single on the play, and then Hackbarth is caught at third, 6-5 on the fielder's choice. So it goes no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Pilots struck out twice, had 2 infield singles in that half inning. Counts now 2-1 on O'Donnell. Lined into right field, this ball is going to get over the head of Torres. And this ball is going to go to the wall. O'Donnell grounds first. He's heading to second. He will stop right there with a leadoff double on a misplayed ball in right field by Over Torres. The double by O'Donnell to 7th. Torres started in and then had to recover as he watched that ball sail over his head. The batter is Jimmy Sandahar, has reached base twice via a walk and a 2 RBI single. Up with an RBI opportunity. He's also scored a run. Squares to bunt and takes the first pitch low, counts 1-0. Ryan Allen's numbers on the year, 16 1/3 innings, 20 hits, 14 runs, 13 of those earned. He's walked 10. He struck out 6. He has a save and a 7.16 earned run average. First out of the pen tonight for the Pilots. Drops a breaking ball in past Standahar, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Leadoff man Alex O'Donnell reached on a double to start this bottom of the 5th. The Jammers looking to extend their lead. They lead this one 6-1. The 1-1 on the outside corner. Count is a ball and 2 strikes on Standahar. The Elmira Onondaga game has gone final, with Elmira defeating the Flames 12-6. The 1-2 popped up. Battaglia over, has room in foul territory. He will, in fact, run out of room as he runs into the fence along the first base side, and count remains a ball and 2 strikes on Standahar. So the Onondaga loss moves the Pilots a game and a half behind the Flames, but since they're losing 6-1 in this one, if this result holds up, it'll still be 2. The Flames are scheduled to play one less game than the Pilots this year. The 1-2. Line down the right field line again. Torres over. Lost this one in the lights as this one lands foul and bounces into the Pilots' dugout. And the count is still a ball and 2 strikes. So Battaglia misses one down the first base line. Torres misses one down the right field line, a play in which he lost in the lights. And it counts a ball and 2 strikes remaining on Standahar. No outs in the inning. O'Donnell leads off second after his leadoff double. Ryan Allen looks back. Santoro is begging him to throw the ball to second and try to pick off O'Donnell. He spins, but no throw. The double by O'Donnell was the 6th hit of the game. Standahar does his job, goes to the right side. A fielder's choice ground out with a 4-3 put out, moves O'Donnell up to third. And there's a man at third with less than 2 outs for the Jammers as Matt Cross steps up to the plate. Matt Cross was the man at the plate on that wild play in the third, which led to 2 runs on a 2-base error from O'Connor and Battaglia. Pilots will bring their infield all the way in. Last time they brought their infield in, it didn't matter as Chris Steffel laced a single up the middle. First pitch to Cross, misses low, counts 1-0. Cross struck out looking in his first time against White and then reached on that 2-base error. 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Pilots. 6 runs, 6 hits for the Jammers, who are threatening for more. Ryan Allen drops a breaking ball in on Cross, and we're even at a ball and a strike. Ryan Allen, the right-hander from Eckerd College, resides in Sackett's Harbor, New York, comes set. The 1-1. Fastball line down the left field line. This ball is going to drop. O'Donnell's going to score easily as this ball rolls to the wall. Cross is going to round first. He's heading to second where he'll stop with an RBI double, and the Jammers have a 7-1 lead. So Cross picks up his 8th RBI. O'Donnell scores his first run of the game and 21st run of the summer. And the Jammers are all over the Pilots. They lead it 7-1. And the batter will be Ryan Markey, the number 9 hole hitter. Called strike 1. So the second double of the inning for the Jammers. Their 3rd extra base hit. They've got 7 runs and 7 hits. The 0-1. Blooped into center field. This ball is going to drop. Cross is going to round third. He's heading home on the RBI single from Ryan Markey, and it's 8-1. So Cross scores his 9th run. Markey picks up his 3rd RBI, his first hit of the game, and now 8 different Jammers have scored their 8 runs. As we flip the lineup towards the top for John Conte. The left-handed swinging right fielder has not been retired tonight. He walked in the first, hit a single in the second, and then had that controversial triple in the last half inning in the fourth. The Jammers have scored in 4 of the 5 innings tonight. The only 0 was in the bottom of the second. 3 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and now 2 here in the fifth with just 1 out. The Pilots haven't scored since the first, so 8 now unanswered runs for Jamestown. And the batter's Conti, who has not been retired yet tonight. Markey leads off first, being held on by Battaglia. First pitch to Conti misses, counts 1-0. Conti from Canisius College, junior there. The 1-0. Lined into right center field. This ball is going to get over the head of Torres. It's going to drop. Marty's rounding second. He's heading to third. Conti is right on his tails. He will stop there with an RBI triple. His second triple of the game. Third extra base hit of the inning for the Jammers. With Markey scoring, every Jammer has scored a run tonight. And it's 9-1. Jamestown leads. The batter will be Chris Steffel. And the Pilots will bring their infield in again. Conti picks up his 25th RBI. Markey scores his 17th run. Every Jammer has scored a run tonight. They've got 9. First pitch to Steffel. Popped up. Guillory in left. This is going to be deep enough to score a run. He makes the play. Conti is going to come around and score on the tag. And it's 10-1 Jamestown. Steffel picks up his second RBI. Conti scores his second run on the sac fly at 7. The batter will be Ben Brookover with 2 outs and nobody on. So both outs in this inning that were made by the Jammers have been productive. The second out, a sac fly. The first out, a fielder's choice that moved the runner up to third. 2 misplays in right field by Over Torres led to a leadoff double from O'Donnell and then a run-scoring triple from John Conti. Jamestown's got 4 in this inning. They lead it now 10-1. In the bottom of the 5th. 1-strike pitch. Bounced. Counts a ball and a strike on Brookover, who's 1 for 3 tonight with a single, a ground out, and fly out for the Jammers. Where's number 30? The 1-1, way outside, and it counts 2-1. The 2-1 pitch was a call to strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Right now, looking to end it right here. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Brookover down, swinging for out number 3. But the Jammers get 4. 4 runs, 4 hits. No Pilots errors and no men left on base. We played 5. Jamestown in charge of this one. They lead it 10-1 here at Dietrich Park. 5, 6, and 7 for the Pilots here in their half of the sixth. Lisco was still on the mound. First pitch swinging as Battaglia counts 0-1. Lisco has given up 5 hits and a run through the first 5. He's struck out 8 and walked 3. Count on Battaglia is now a ball and a strike. He is over 1 with a walk. He's also made a throwing error in the field. The 1-1. Battaglia checked his swing. They're going to see if he went around. First base umpire says he did. And the count's a ball and 2 strikes. On Battaglia, Pilot's first baseman. Liskowa from the windup. Steps off ahead of the 1-2. Liskowa has thrown 91 pitches here tonight. This one will be his 92nd. The 1-2 missed outside. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jamestown got 4 in the bottom half of the 5th to run the lead up to 10-1. 4 runs, 4 hits. 3 of those hits gone for extra bases. Slow roller to third. Estrada gonna touch this one fair. Battaglia gonna reach base. Should be an infield single, but we'll see if they give Estrada an error on that one. It was a slow roller down the line. It's going to be a single for Battaglia, the 6th Pilots hit of the night. And the batter will be over Torres. Made 2 misplays in right field in that last half inning that led to a double and a triple. And more importantly, the majority of the Jammers runs. Jamestown leads it 10-1. First pitch swinging is Torres. Count is 0-1. Auvert at the batter's box tonight. Struck out swinging for the 41st time in the first, then rounded out to second in the third. He's left 4 runners on base. He's 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. 3 of those 4 were left in scoring position. Counts 0-2 on Torres. Battaglia off first, being held on by Brookover. 2-strike pitch and misses high. And it counts a ball and 2 strikes. Liskowa from the stretch. The 1-2. Missed high. Thought Torres was going to get rung up on that one. Counts 2-2. Every Jammer has scored at least 1 run of the 10. The 2-2. Off speed, Torres just gets a piece. And we're still even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Off the plate, and the count is full. See if that starts Battaglia. Down 9 runs. Likely will not. The next pitch from Liskowa will be his 100th of the night. The payoff pitch. Taken low, ball 4. Torres heads down to first. And we are going to have a mound visit from the Jamestown bullpen. Battaglia heads down to first. Torres picks up his 10th walk of the summer, and we're going to have a mound visit or a pitching change. Liskowa was shaking his head, wants to keep going, but it'll be a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Jammers. Liskowa will go 6+ and will lead with a 10-1 lead here tonight. We're going to take a break here at Dietrich Park. Bullpen roulette time for the Jammers. Spin the wheel. It's reliever number 28, Ryan Boyer from the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford. He will work to Zach Santora. First pitch is a called strike one. Liskowa started the sixth, gave up an infield single to Battaglia, then walked Torres on a full count. Once he hit the century mark, the manager for Jamestown came out of the third base dugout and pulled him. So one strike pitch on Santoro. Boyer from the stretch, slow grounded to third. Estrada will play it on a hop. It gets by him. Everyone is going to be safe on the base paths. Likely to be an E5. No word yet. It was a slow roller that Estrada booted. It then hit Battaglia, but since it hit Estrada first, Battaglia is not out. So the bases are full of pilots as O'Connor steps up to the plate. First pitch, called strike one. It appeared that play was ruled in. It's an infield single by Santoro, so it's the 7th hit of the night for the Pilots. Their 4th infield single. Their last 4 hits have been infield singles. The one strike pitch, taken for strike two. So O'Connor, who drove in 4 runs in the win against Adirondack on 3 for 5 in that game, can make up for his error that led to 2 runs in the third right here. If he could find some grass. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled back, and we'll do it again. Runners on all 3 bases, Battaglia, Torres, and Santoro left to right, and 2 infield singles and a walk sandwiched in between has loaded them up. The runners on second and third are the responsibility of the starter, David Liskowa, who went 5 innings, 6 hits, walked 4, and struck out 8, has retaken the lead in the strikeouts for the Perfect Game League over Henry Martinez, leaves with 53 total strikeouts. 2-strike pitch to O'Connor missed, counts 1-2. O'Connor's got 11 hits on the summer. He struck out 18 times, and he's walked 17. Got a .475 on-base percentage. He's 0 for 1 tonight. The 1-2 from Boyer, taken upstairs, and the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Pilots saw Boyer in the second game from the All-Star break. Went 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, gave up a walk, and struck out 5 in a relief appearance of Michael Ginther. In the game, the Pilots won 7-3. O'Connor chases a pitch outside for strike 3, and there's 1 away here in this 6th. He strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. Now the batter's DeMarcus Guillory. Numbers on Boyer. He's appearing in his 9th game. 15 innings pitched, 11 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 10 walks, 21 Ks. He's got a .240 earned run average. Boyer comes set from the stretch. First pitch to Guillory. Swung on down the third base line, counts 0-1. DeMarcus has struck out looking both times tonight. That was against the starter, Liskowa, so his first look at a righty. Boyer sets. The 0-1. Grounded slowly to short. O'Donnell charges. Flips to second. 1. Return throw will not be made. So a fielder's choice for DeMarcus Guillory. Scores Battaglia from third for the Pilots' 2nd run. Breaks a streak of 10 straight scored by the Jammers. That run will be charged to lift up to third on the fielder's choice. Guillory reaches on the fielder's choice and picks up his 8th RBI, and the batter will be McKenna. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. First pitch from Boyer. Gets the outside corner, counts 0-1. McKenna is 1 for 3 tonight. had the game's first hit and scored the game's first run all the way back in the first. Pilots trailed 10-2. They have a run here in their half of the sixth on a DeMarcus Guillory RBI ground out. Counts 0-2 on McKenna. Boyer puts hand in glove. Kicks and deals. Guillory starts to go, then stops. McKenna swung on and missed strike 3. Inning over. But the Pilots get one run, 2 hits, no errors in the inning, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Jammers on top. 10-2 here at Dietrich Park. Ryan Allen back on the mound for the Pilots. He'll face 4, 5, and 6 in the Jammer order. Jammers lead this one 10-2. Pilots got a run back in the top of the 6th on an RBI ground out from DeMarcus Guillory when he beat out a double play ball to short. Ryan Allen in his second inning of relief. In his first, gave up 4 runs, 4 hits, 3 of them for extra bases, and struck out a batter. First pitch to Skylar Valentine missed, counts 1-0. Second pitch is fired in for a called strike 1. Valentine, sac fly in the first, walked and scored a run in the third, then popped up to Guillory in foul territory in the fourth. Hobbs this one up on the infield. O'Connor will take charge and will make the play a step onto the center field grass for out number 1. So the shortstop calls off the second baseman. We've got one away here in the top or the bottom of the 6th. Shutdown inning time for the Pilots. They have had 1 previous shutdown inning opportunity in this game. And Andrew White gave up 3 runs. In the first, the Pilots put up 1, and in the bottom half, White gave up 3. Ryan Allen, the second pitcher of the night for the Pilots. Jordan Miller beginning to throw in their bullpen. First pitch to Chris Estrada, fired in for strike 1. Walked and scored a run in the first, and his last 2 times up in the third and fourth. Grounded out to O'Connor at short. 1 strike pitch, swung on and missed. Counts 0-2. Miller warming up in the pen, has not pitched since the Saturday before the All-Star break, so would not be surprised if he makes his way into this game. This ball is popped up. It's going to land out of play, and Estrada's going to live to see another pitch. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 Newark Pilots errors. 10 runs, 9 hits, no Jamestown Jammers errors. We're in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Ryan Allen on the mound, working to Chris Estrada. Pilots down 10-2. Looking like their 6-game winning streak is going to be snapped. But the good news for the Pilots fans, Onondaga has already lost today to the Elmira Pioneers. So even if the Pilots cannot come back and beat Jamestown, they'll still sit 2 games back. The 1-2 on Estrada misses low, 2 straight out of the zone from Ryan Allen after 2 straight in the zone to start the AB, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 missed high, and the count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes, and an out. No runners on here in the 6th. The payoff pitch taken high, ball 4. The first walk issued by Ryan Allen. The 6th Jamestown walk of the night, and there's a runner on first and 1 out. The batter will be Alex O'Donnell. O'Donnell, the Jammer shortstop, walked, struck out, then hit a leadoff double in the 5th on a ball that Torres started in on, and that ball just sailed over his head. This pitch bounced in front of Alaka. No advance by Estrada from first. It's 5 straight out of the zone from Ryan Allen. Ryan Allen's now thrown 34 pitches, 21 for strikes. The 1-0. This pitch misses low. It's 6 straight out of the zone. From the Pilots righty, Ryan Allen. Working to Alex O'Donnell, the Jammer shortstop. The 2-0. There it is. It's a called strike 1. Breaks the string of 6 straight out of the zone. Pilots trail this one 10-2. It's a 2-1 count on O'Donnell. The 2-1. Called strike 2. So 2 straight in the zone, 6 straight out of the zone, then 2 more in the zone. And we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. This one lined down the right field line. This ball is going to drop. Torres will cut it over. Estrada goes first to third. The throw in will be cut off by O'Connor. And there's runners on the corners with just 1 out. The 10th hit of the ball game for the Jammers. The 2nd hit for Alex O'Donnell. And the batter will be Jimmy Standoff. And a 2-run single in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, and grounded into a fielder's choice in the 5th. Here he is in the 6th with the runners on the corners and 1 out. Looking to extend this Jamestown lead. They lead it 10-2. First pitch from Allen misses outside. Count is 1-0. Standahar 1 for 2 tonight, has driven in 2 and has scored a run. Every Jammer has scored a run to this point. The 1-0. Popped up. McKenna sprints in. He will make the play. Estrada tags from third. The throw is not going to be in time. And O'Donnell wisely takes second base with no one covering. It's a sac fly for Jimmy Standahar. O'Donnell moves to second on the tag, and there's 2 away. O'Donnell moves to second on the throw. Estrada scores from third on the tag. Standahar picks up his 3rd RBI of the night. As Matt Cross digs in. It's 11-1 Jammer lead. First pitch to Cross, missed high, down it up. Cross tonight 1 for 3 with an RBI double. He's also struck out looking and reached on an error. The 3rd sacrifice fly of the night for the Jammers. This one roped down the left field line, but will land foul, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. The other 2 sac flies, Chris Steffel and Skylar Valentine. Didn't think Estrada was going to fully tag. Thought he was going to start and stop. McKenna's throw went through to the plate, but Estrada never stopped. Scored the the Jammers' 11th run, the game's 13th. This one roped down the left field line, fair. O'Donnell's going to score easily. Cross is heading to second. He's going to stop right there with his second double of the game. The Jammers lead 12-2. O'Donnell scores his second run. Cross drives in his second RBI. Switch places with O'Donnell on the base bats. And it's 12-2 Jammers. So O'Connor, or White, who gave up 6 runs in 4 innings, gives away to Ryan Allen, who's given up 6 runs in an inning and 2/3. And the Jammers are pouring it on. First pitch to the number 9-hole hitter, Markey, misses way outside. The count's 1-0. 2 runs here in the inning. 2 runs, 2 hits. So 1-0 count on Markey. From the stretch, gets the outside corner, counts a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Called strike 2. Ryan Markey, the 6th batter of the inning for the Jammers. In every inning except the second, they've sent up at least 5. They've sent up at least 6 in 4 of the 6. They lead it 12-2. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs home, and a man standing on second base. That's Matt Cross after his second straight RBI double. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Markey down swinging for out number 3. But the Jammers get 2. 2 runs, 2 hits, no Pilots errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 6 here at Dietrich Park. Jammers all over the Pilots. In this one, they lead it 12-2. Welcome back. Top of the 7th here at Russell E. Dietrich Park. Jamestown added 2 more runs in the bottom of the 6th to take a 12-2 lead. It'll be Graham Hackbarth, Hunter Wells, and Willow Laka, 2, 3, and 4 against Ryan Boyer. First pitch swinging is Hackbarth. Counts 0-1. Boyer on in his second inning in relief came in with runners on first and second in the sixth in relief of David Liskowa. Some defensive changes for the Jamestown Jammers after this one-strike pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and Graham's behind the count. 0-2. It looks like it's Christian Deaton in left. Then it looks like Jimmy Standahar moves from left to right. Nick Burnick goes in at third and erases Chris Estrada and John Conti. Swung on, fouled back. And the count remains 0-2. Graham on the night has an infield single, a ground out to second, and a sacrifice bunt. No balls, 2 strikes, no out. To the leadoff man in this inning, Hackbarth. Slowly grounded up the third base line. Boyer will field it. He'll fire to first. And a stretch by Brookover just beats Hackbarth down the first base line for out number 1. So 1-3 put out. And the official word is it's Jimmy Standahar moves from left to right. Christian Deaton takes over in left. Nick Burnick is the third baseman for the Jammers. So Chris Estrada comes out of the game, and so does John Conti. Hunter Wells now for the first time from the left side went 2 for 3 from the right. First pitch swinging, grounds this one foul. Wells is 2 for 2, 2 singles, an RBI. Struck out looking and has 3 stolen bases in this game, has not been caught. Jamestown leads this one 12-2. Here, in the top of the 7th, 1-strike pitch. Way upstairs in the count. He's a ball and a strike. It's just the third out of the zone from Boyer. He's now thrown 19 pitches, 16 for strikes. Switch hitting Hunter Wells, batting from the left side. The Pilots' designated hitter tonight. The 1-1 from Boyer. Missed low in the count. Is 2 balls and a strike. Ryan Allen getting ice on his shoulder, so his night likely over. Likely to be Jordan Miller in the bottom half of the 7th. A called strike on Wells, and the count's 2-2. The 2-2. Way upstairs, and the count is full on Wells, the Pilots' designated hitter. Boyer sets from the stretch, the payoff pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3. Wells down looking for out number 2. And the batter will be Will O'Lock. Will on the night. Struck out in the first. Walked and stole second in the third, and then hit an infield single in the 5th. Here he is up for the 4th time in the 7th. First pitch from Boyer. Missed high, counts 1-0. Pilots have 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Jamestown has 12 runs on 11 hits. Pilots pitching staff has walked 6. Jammers pitching staff has struck out 11. Count is now a ball and a strike on Alaka after taking strike 1. Alaka wearing number 27 behind the plate for the Pilots. Boyer, the second pitcher of the night for Liskowa, who left in line to pick up his 5th win in 6 starts. Alaka thought about swinging at a breaking ball from Boyer, but it's a called strike 2 anyway, and Will's behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Boyer looking to pitch the game's second 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2. Misses upstairs, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Add the 2 in the out column. We've got 2s across the top of the scoreboard here at Dietrich Park. In the top of the 7th. Boyer sets. Now deals the 2-2. Alaka checks his swing and asks to see if he went around. He did not. And it's the second consecutive full count. The first full count to Hunter Wells, struck out looking. Boyer sets the payoff pitch way outside, and Alaka will head down to first with his second walk of the game and 17th on the summer. He has reached base for the 3rd consecutive time. He's reached base in 3 of the 4 at-bats. And the batter's Peter Battaglia. 1 for 2 tonight with an infield single and a run, struck out and walked. Pink bat in hand for the Pilots' first baseman. Jamestown leads this one by 10. Ryan Boyer on the mound has surrendered a 2-out base runner on the walk to Alaka. First pitch swinging, Battaglia pops it up to center. Valentine started back now, comes in a few steps, gloves it, and makes the play for out number 3 here in the 7th. It's stretch time here at Dietrich Park. Jamestown all over the Pilots. They lead this one 12-2. Christian Deaton, Chris Steffel, and Ben Brook over here for the Jammers in the bottom of the 7th. The Pilots got a 2-out base runner in their half, and then that was stranded on a Peter Battaglia flyout. First pitch from the new pitcher, Jordan Miller. To the new hitter, Christian Deaton, misses high, ball 1. John Conti's night is over, was replaced in the field. He went 3 for 3 with 2 triples, a single, and a walk. Also drove in 1 and scored 2. First pitch missed. The second pitch was fired in for strike 1 from Miller. Right-handed pitcher from New Iberia, Louisiana, and Coastal Alabama Community College. Christian Deaton up for the first time tonight. from California State Bakersfield. Grounded to Battaglia, plays it on a hop, will take it to first himself. And the first batter Jordan Miller faces is retired. Ryan Allen goes 2. 6 hits, 6 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Gives way to Jordan Miller. Miller on in his 11th game. He has 1 start. 14 1/3, 18 hits, 26 runs, 22 of those earned. He's walked 21. He struck out 6. He's 1-2 with a 13.81 earned run average. First pitch to Chris Steffel is bounced. Counts 1-0. In his last start on his birthday on July 15th, Jordan Miller went 4 innings in relief of Chris Vitale, allowed 2 hits, an earned run, walked 3, and struck out 1. Slow roller to Battaglia. Steps on the bag again, and there's 2 away. So 5 pitches, 2 outs from Jordan Miller. Looking for the Pilots' first defensive 1-2-3 inning, and we'll have to go through Ben Brooklyn. So Miller on the mound for the first time in 10 days has showed no rust as he's retired the first 2 batters he's seen. Working from his windup, wearing number 14. First pitch to Brookover. Missed upstairs, counts 1-0. Brookover hit his 59th base hit of the summer in the first, and then has been retired in his next 3 at-bats. He's 1 for 4. He's also scored a run. The 1-0. Lined deep to left. Guillory back. He will watch this ball sail out of here. A solo home run for Ben Brookover. His 4th home run of the summer, and the Jammers lead this one 13-2. A monster 2-out solo home run off Jordan Miller puts the Jammers up 11 here in this one. The second run scored, and the first run he drove in on the solo home run, his 4th home run of the night. He's the second Jammer to homer off Jordan Miller this summer. The other, Chris Conley, was on a 1-0 count from Brookover. First pitch to Skylar Valentine, drops a breaking ball in for strike 1. So a 2-out solo home run makes this game 13-2. First 2 pitches to Valentine have been fired in for strikes. Counts 0-2. Miller from the windup, the 0-2. Lined down the right field line, but just foul. Just missed being extra bases, and the count remains 0-2. Bottom of the 7th inning here in Jamestown. Miller from the windup, the 2-strike pitch. Misses high, and it counts a ball and 2 strikes. From the windup, the 1-2. Popped up. Playable behind home plate, but not for long as it hits off the top of the press box and counts 1-2. The home run of Jordan Miller, that was his 2nd. The 9th home run the Pilots have given up this year. It was the 15th home run the Jammers have hit this summer. The 1-2. Grounded up the middle. Santoro over to his right, will field. Fire to first. Not in time. An infield single for Skylar Valentine, and this inning will continue. And the batter will be Nick Burnick for the first time tonight. Burnick took over at 3rd for Chris Estrada. He's a junior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, plays his ball at Niagara. His Niagara teammate stands at 1st. That's Peter Battaglia. First pitch called, strike one from Miller. On the summer, Burnick, 12 hits and 60 at-bats. Batting average sits just at the Mendoza line at 200. Popped up. Torres started back, will take a few steps in. He'll find it, he'll glove it, and he'll make the play for out number 3. But the Jammers get one. 1 run, 2 hits, the big one being a 2-out solo home run from Ben Brookover. We played 7 here at Dietrich Park with the Jammers on top, 13-2 here at Dietrich Park. Six, 7, and 8 for the Pilots. Over Torres, Zach Santoro, and Michael O'Connor against the third pitcher of the night for the Jamestown Jammers. It's Connor Ryan. The work from the windup. Torres on the night is 0 for 2 with a walk. Time was called by the home plate umpire ahead of the first pitch. So Ryan Boyer goes 2, gives up a hit, a walk, and strikes out 3 Pilots. The Pilots have struck out 11 times tonight. They've been issued 5 walks and have 7 hits. Just 2 runs to show for. The Jammers got their 13th run in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Torres, swung on, fouled back, counts 0-1. Jordan Miller, the third Pilots pitcher of the night, worked the bottom of the 7th and gave up a 2-out solo home run to Ben Brookover. The 1-strike pitch, swung on and missed, and the count's 0-2. Connor Ryan this summer for the Jammers, appearing in his 18th game. This one grounded to first. Brookover over on a nade. Will step on the bag at first and retire Torres for out number 1. On the summer, Ryan, 17 games, 1 start, 17 innings, 14 hits, 14 runs, all earned, 13 walks, 15 strikeouts. He's 2-1 with a 7.41 earned run average. First pitch to Zach Santoro popped up, fouled back out of play in the count. The zone 1. Santoro has reached base twice tonight. Walked in the second, flew out in the fourth, hit an infield single in the sixth. He's 1 for 2, and up here in the eighth. Has been up in all the even innings tonight. Connor Ryan from the windup. 1 strike pitch, bouncing. We're even at a ball and a strike. Connor Ryan from Williamsville, New York, the same hometown as the Pilots' first baseman, Peter Battaglia. He's a junior at Mercyhurst, stands 6'1", 190 on the mound for Jamestown. Zach Santoro at the plate for the Pilots, the 1-1. Taken low, counts 2-1. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Pilots. 13 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Jammers. The 2-1. Bloops into right. This ball is going to drop. Standahar wanted to come up firing from right to try to get Santoro out at first, but Brookover not covering. Santoro picks up his second hit of the night. He's on base for the 3rd time. He's 2 for 3. And the batter will be Michael O'Connor. Sack, bunt, and 2 strikeouts. Also has made an error in the field. He's 0 for 2. Jammers have led this game since the bottom of the 1st. First pitch to O'Connor. Swung on, fouled back. Counts 0-1. O'Connor wearing number 7 tonight. Normally wears number 10. Number 7 was once worn by Nick Eli, who has since left the team and made his way to the Northwoods League. The 0-1 to O'Connor, missed outside, counts 0-1. Nick Eli's Notre Dame college teammate, Zach Santoro, hit a 1-out single in this inning. He stands on first, being held on by Brookover. Ryan will work from the stretch here in the top of the 8th. Santoro starts and stops. The 1-1 pitch is fired in for strike 2. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. It's a hat trick for O'Connor. He strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. And there's 2 away. As DeMarcus Guillory steps up. His last time up, drove in a run with the bases loaded when he beat out a double play ball to first. Drove in his 8th run. Pilots have scored their runs in the 1st and the 6th. Jamestown has scored their runs in every inning except the 2nd. First pitch, lined into right center field. Over is Valentine. He will make the play for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit. No errors and 1 man left on base in the Pilots half of the 8th. We head to the bottom half. 6, 7, and 8 for the Jammers. They're in control of this one. They lead it 13-2. Alex O'Donnell, Jimmy Standahar, and Matt Cross, 6, 7, and 8 for the Jammers here in their half of the eighth. New pitcher for the Newark Pilots as he just fired in strike one. It has a 1-1 count on Alex O'Donnell. It's Jake Bernardo. The 1-1. Missed high, counts 2-1. 13-2, Jammers lead. Pilots got a one-out base runner and a Zach Santoro single. Then the next two batters were retired. The 2-1. Grounded to Santoro. He will play it on a hop. He'll fire to first. And there's one away. So Bernardo retires the first batter he sees here in the eighth. Jordan Miller goes an inning, 2 hits, a run. The 1 run being a solo home run to Ben Brookover to the bullpen has given up 7 runs. The starter, Andrew White, gave up 6. Standahar up for the 5th time tonight. Single, drove in 2 runs. Walked, scored a run, grounded into a fielder's choice, and then hit a sac fly. First pitch from Bernardo missed. Counts 1-0. Bernardo, big 6'4" right-hander from Fordham. Resides in Glenmont, New York. The 1-0. Missed outside. Count is 2-0. Bernardo working from his windup, appearing in the 17th game. The 2-0. Missed outside. Count is quickly 3-0. Bernardo working from his windup, wearing number 17. Pitching to the now right fielder, Jimmy Standahar. 3-0 pitch missed. It's a 4-pitch walk to Standahar. He's on base for the 3rd time tonight. His 2nd walk, his 22nd on the year, and the batter will be Matt Cross. The last 2 times Matt Cross has stepped up to the plate, he's hit RBI doubles. He's 2 for 4, also reached on an error and struck out. He's now got 6 doubles on the year after his last 2 at-bats. Battaglia holding on. Standahar at first. First pitch from Bernardo. Cross thought about it. It's a called strike 1. So after 4 straight out of the zone, Bernardo comes back and fires a strike to Matt Cross. The walk issued by Bernardo was his 35th on the summer. Ranks 3rd in the perfect game league. Now throws a wild pitch. Standahar heads down to 2nd. Bernardo's 8th wild pitch puts him in 7th place in the perfect game league. In 21 2/3 previous innings, 26 hits, 40 runs, 36 earned, 34 walks. He struck out 14. He's 0-3. He has a save and a 14.95 earned run average. Standahar sits at 2nd after the wild pitch. It's a 1-1 count on the number 8-hole hitter, Matt Cross. Bernardo set the 1-1. Misses high. Count is 2 balls and a strike. Matt Cross, 2 for 4 on the evening thus far. Bernardo sets from the stretch. Deals the 2-1. Pitch misses high. Counts 3-1. Bernardo looking like Jacob deGrom of the New York Mets out on the mound with his long locks hanging out of his helmet. Or hanging out of his hat on the mound. Big 6'4" frame. The 3-1. Inside, a called strike 2, and the count is full. To the Jammer catcher, Matt Cross. With an Onondaga loss tonight against Elmira at home, the Pilots' loss will not hurt them in the standings, as the 3-2 pitch was flying over the press box, and we'll do it again. They'll still sit just 2 games back of the Flames with 6 games left to go. The payoff pitch. Grounded to 2nd, past the glove of Santoro into right. Standahar is going to be held at 3rd, and there's runners on the corners with 1 away. The 3rd consecutive hit for Cross. He's 3 for 5. Pilots in Elmira tomorrow night, home for a doubleheader against Geneva on Thursday, on the road in Onondaga on Friday, home against Onondaga on Saturday. So a very pivotal home-and-home series. And then hosting the number 1 team in the Perfect Game League, the Amsterdam Mohawks, on Sunday. the final game of the regular season. Pilots have come into this one winners of 6 in a row, 8 of 10 and 10 of 13. But the way it's looking right now, down 13-2 in the bottom of the 8th with just 3 outs left to play with, it looks like that 6-game winning streak is going to snap. First pitch swinging is Ryan Markey. Fouls it back, counts 0-1. First batter Bernardo faced, grounded out to second, then a 4-pitch walk and a 3-2 pitch single has put runners on the corners. With just 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Jamestown looking to add to their 11-1 lead. The 0-1 misses low, counts a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Lined into right center field. McKenna over, Torres over. Torres will make the play, the tag, the throw to home, a laser. Going to be cut off by Alaka. A sac fly by Ryan Markey. And it's 14-2. Markey picks up his second RBI of the night. Standahar scores on the tag. And the Jammers lead by 12. Second RBI of the night for Markey. He doubles up his RBI totals. Got 4 now. We'll flip the lineup back towards the top for Christian Deaton. First pitch taken high. Deaton took over for Conti in the outfield in the 7th. Since had 1 at bat, and he grounded out to Battaglia at first. 1 run home, 1 hit in this inning, 1 on, 2 out. So the 1-0. Lined into center field. McKenna onto a dive off the top of his glove. The ball drops. Cross goes first to third on what should be a single from Deaton, and it is. And there's runners on the corners with still 2 away. So McKenna went into a dive, has made some great plays here at Dietrich Park, but did not make one there. And the batter will be Chris Steffel. First pitch to Steffel. Fastball for a called strike 1. In a battle of New York City colleges, Chris Steffel of St. John's in the Big East against Jake Bernardo of Fordham in the Atlantic 10. 1 strike pitch misses way outside. Counts a ball and a strike. In this inning, 1 run on the scoreboard for the Jammers, 2 hits and a walk. There's 2 away. The run came in on a sacrifice fly, the 4th sac fly of the night for the Jammers. The 1-1. Bounce to Hackbarth. He will play it on a hot, strong throw across the diamond, beats Steffel to end the inning. But the Jammers get 1. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors, 2 men left on base. We played 8. Last chance for the Pilots. They need 12. They've got just 3 outs to go if they want to keep this game going here at Dietrich Park. Last chance for the Pilots here in the top of the ninth. They trail 14-2. It'll be the top of their order against Connor Ryan on in the second inning in relief. Struck out a batter and gave up a hit, but that's it in the eighth. Fools McKenna, who swings through an off-speed pitch, counts on 1. Pilot center fielder on the night is 1 for 4 with a single. He struck out twice. Every Pilots hitter in the lineup has struck out except Graham Hackbarth and Zach Santorta. The one-strike pitch to McKenna gets the outside corner, counts 0-2. The win in this game would go to David Liskowa, his 5th. The loss to Andrew White would be his 3rd. Ryan from his windup, the 0-2. Lined into right, this ball is going to drop. McKenna reaches base with his 2nd hit of the night. And the Pilots have a leadoff base runner here in the 9th as Graham Hackbarth steps up to the plate. Ryan comes set from the stretch. First pitch to Hackbarth. Missed upstairs, ball 1. Graham on the night, 1 for 3. Also hitter tonight, batting from the left side for the 2nd time. Counts 1-0. Connor Ryan, the 3rd jammer pitcher of the night. Pilots have used 4. The 1-0. Line down the left field line. This ball is going to be extra bases. McKenna rounds 2nd. He's headed to 3rd. He's going to round 3rd. He's heading home. The throw by O'Donnell, not going to be in time. It's an RBI double for Hunter Wells, his 2nd RBI of the game. And it's 14-3. McKenna scores his 2nd run, his 23rd run of the season. Wells picks up his 22nd run batted in. He stands on 2nd after the RBI double. And the batter will be Will Oaka. That was the 10th Pilots hit of the night. Will has one of those 10. Struck out, walked, stole a base, infield single, and walked again. So he's reached base 3 out of his 4 plate appearances tonight. First pitch misses high, and the count's 1-0. One-0 pitch fouled down the first base line. It counts a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 on, 1 run home in for the Pilots. The 1-1. Chop to 2nd. O'Donnell will play it on a hop. Look, Wells back to 2nd, then fire a strike to Brookover. And the Pilots are down to their final out tonight. The final chance for the Pilots, it'll be their first baseman, Peter Battaglia. Pops the first pitch up. Sends Deaton back. Valentine back. Valentine makes the play in the deepest part of the ballpark to end this game. In the Pilots' half of the 9th, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. The Jamestown Jammers are going to take this contest 14-3 and end the Pilots' 6-game winning streak. But the loss for the Pilots doesn't hurt them. With Onondaga's loss, they still sit just 2 games back. Finals, 3 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Pilots, 14 runs, 14 hits for the Jammers. The win goes to David Liskowa. Started it, went 5, picks up his 5th win. The loss, Andrew White. He went 4, picks up his 3rd loss. We'll be in Elmira tomorrow night. We've got 6 games left to go in the regular season. The final push as the Pilots are trying to squeak into the playoffs. Elmira tomorrow, Geneva doubleheader on Thursday, a home-and-home with Onondaga on Friday and Saturday, and then Amsterdam to round out the regular season on Sunday. Signing off from the Pilots' 14-3 loss at Russell E. Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York. I'm Frank LaSala for the Newark Pilots Radio Network. Good night.